Hello. Okay. It seems you're the only one here. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, uh, put something in the chat box, wherever that is. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, uh, put something in the chat box. Let's see. Hello. Okay, so can you hear me? Okay, so welcome to this live session, and let's see, why is my voice echoing back at me? Sorry, let me just fix one or two technical difficulties before we proceed. Testing the microphone now. Okay. All right. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Um, I believe that that has been fixed. And if you can hear me and you are eager for us to discuss about this topic, love starts a relationship and respect sustains it. Kindly put some love in the chat box and tell us where you are streaming from. Where are you watching from? Tell us where you are watching from. If you are, where are you streaming from? So, welcome. We've been able to overcome some of our technical challenges, and we're just gonna rush dive right into the discussion we want to have, and of course, that is to talk about respect in a relationship. Now, we're not just talking about a romantic relationship or any sort of relationship. We are talking about general relationships. It can be a working relationship. It can be a relationship that a family relationship. It can be a a relationship that has to do with um, your teacher or any other kind of relationship. So it's not just only a romantic relationship, but it's can be any sort of relationship that you have ongoing. So we'll dive right into this, and I want to welcome everybody watching from across the world. Continue to tap the love button, continue to show some love while we go through this. And this is Lord Byron's space, and it's actually a space for quiet reflections, and it's a space where quiet wisdom and quiet reflections, right there for all of us. And as you join, tell us where you're watching from. I see some people are streaming all the way from Benin City in Nigeria. I want to welcome you and I want to thank you for joining this live stream all the way from Benin City in Nigeria. Uh, Let me see. It's good to have you here, Vicky J Pro. It's good to have you here, IJ Ijoma. Thank you. It's also good to have you here, Paul Akanes. Paul Akanes, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining in. Uh, so I'll say this. I'll just type this in the comment section. Respect sustains love, and that is what our discussion will be centered about today. Respect sustains love. If you Okay, so I see that Creative Hub, you have joined from, you said you are just joining in from Canada. Thank you so much for joining in. What part of Canada are you joining in from? And Creative Hub say you can't hear me. Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Tell us what part of Canada you are joining in from. Love is powerful, but respect sustains love. Many relationships today do not collapse because love eroded. When some relationships collapse, love is still there, but what must have eroded or what must have gone is actually respect. Uh, Relationships do not just collapse suddenly. There's always signs that these things are coming. It's left for you to know if you can read the signs or tell the signs as they appear. And if you can actually see these signs, I assure you that your relationship will not collapse. Tonight is not about blaming people. Tonight, it's all about understanding what goes wrong before things fall apart. So, what we are discussing here today, we are not going to um, blame anybody to say that the relationship is you are the cause of a falling or a broken relationship. No, we are just here to talk about and understand what actually goes wrong before things fall apart. I see the Creative Hub, the Creative Family Hub. You say you can now tell the signs when they are coming. Okay, good. We are going to, uh, within the course of this live, you might want to share with us what you feel are those signs that you normally can see, and what type of relationship are you talking about? Is it a marriage? Is it a boyfriend and girlfriend? Is it a work relationship? Is it any what type of relationship, and what are these signs that you say that you can see or you now know about? Respect really disappears. uh I'll say respect rarely disappears in one day. It fades little by little in small ways. Sometimes it could just be sarcasm disguised as humor. Sometimes, something like, oh, relax, I was just joking, and things that, may finally cause a whole lot of damage. Public embarrassment disguised as playfulness. That's one of the biggest kind of disrespect that people experience in their relationships are disrespect that comes as or disguise themselves as jokes, disguise themselves as, oh, I'm just playing, I'm just joking. But the damage that it has done, even in that playfulness or that joke, it has created a lot of damage. And then people even go on to say, oh, I'm just joking. Why are you so sensitive? Why is it that you cannot take a simple joke or thereabout? Kind of uh, the dismissal disguise as your personality and say, oh, that's how I am, you know, that's how I am, and stuff like that. And yeah, I can see the Creative Family Hub. You say, how can we tell the difference between sarcasm, joking, and respect? Now, that's a good question, because when you um, are with your partner or your somebody you are in a relationship with, and you do something that you believe is a joke or is kind of like a sarcastic, like a joke, for instance. It's good to listen to your partner to know if your partner is okay with it. So, what it means is that if your partner comes and tells you, "Oh, I don't like what you did," and you say, "Oh, no, I was just joking. I was just joking." No, listen to your partner. If your partner doesn't like that type of joke, then it means that it is something you really need to uh, stop or take a look at. So that is correct, Creative Family Hub. You have to listen and observe their reactions because one man's joke can be another man's disappointment. So we cannot continue to joke and we cannot continue to disrespect someone all in the name of we are joking or this is just a play or something like that. So it doesn't work that way and we shouldn't, allow that, to work that way. Have you? I would like to ask the audience today, and if you have any question, if you have any answer to this question I'm about to ask, just type it in the comment section. Have you ever been in a situation where someone joked about you and you didn't feel like it was a joke? So I'll say that again. Have you ever been in a situation where someone joked about you and but it didn't feel like a joke to you? So I'll just pause. Tell us in the comment section what was your reaction and to such a situation. What was your reaction? Have you ever been in a situation where you had to, um, it was a joke? Have you ever been in a situation where someone joked with you and you didn't take it as a joke? You felt that that was not a joke. And what was your reaction? What was your reaction? Is there anyone who has ever been in such a situation before where someone, you know, did a joke with you, but you felt that it wasn't a joke? Tell us in the comment section what was your reaction and how did that play out finally? Okay, we have someone who says, James, yeah, James says, I have been in such a situation before. Okay, okay. So, do you mind, James, telling us or sharing with us what exactly, uh, how did it pan out, and what was your reaction, to that person? The person joked with you, and you felt that probably it's not a joke, like it wasn't funny to you, and you took it off. It was like offensive to you. What did you do, or what did you say? What was your reaction to that person? Okay. So James says, I just informed him that I don't like it and that he should not do that again. Okay. That's a good one. So you just informed him that it is something you do not like and that he should not do that again. Okay. So that's fine. So um, those are one of the things. Okay, I still see another response. Yes, I see another response saying, yes, when my hobby jokingly told me that we have lots of lentils, rice, and chicken in the house for up to 1 year, and it hasn't been cooked, and we are saying we don't have what to cook. That sounds like a very funny one, and it sounds a very funny one, and that is coming from the Creative Family Hub. So, what was your reaction? Uh, and that was a joke. I guess your husband was joking. But what was your reaction to what your husband did? What was your reaction? Even, I guess there were no lentils or rice and chicken in the house for up to 1 year, and probably your husband was just joking about it. So, what was your reaction? We wait for that. And then I'll tell you a story while we wait for more responses. I'll tell you a story. A couple were attending a gathering and friends were gisting and laughing. You know, the husband made a joke about the wife in the public gathering right there. Just give me a minute. Let me. Okay. Okay, so like I was saying, the husband made a joke about the wife in the public gathering there, and everyone laughed. Even the wife laughed too. You know, she laughed also, and it didn't seem like there was a problem at that time. But inside, something really, shifted. And later that night, when they were home after the event, uh, the wife, the husband noticed that the wife had been quiet even while they were driving home and then going back home that night. The wife had been unusually quiet after that event. So, um, not because the husband had to ask the wife, "What's going on? You've been quiet and everything." But it was not just because of the joke alone, because it revealed something. It was like a lack of protection and a lack of respect because it's a joke that I cannot even share here, but what he joked about revealed something that the wife, was lacking. So this is something that the wife should not be shared in public, even if it's as a joke. It's just like saying that, okay, fine, you know that your wife cannot cook properly, and then you now go out and go and start joking with it. Even as a joke, you go and start joking with it in public. And that was something similar. That was what happened. You know, the husband was joking about something very serious that the wife, was lacking in terms of what she could or what she could not do. So it wasn't a joke, it was really deep. And at that moment, but one kudos to the wife at that point because what she did is that she did not say anything in public. She also joined. and laughed about it with the friends. But it was when she got home that she told the husband that this is not exactly what I like. And they were able to settle that. So that is one example. Do not joke, um, do not joke with things that will disrespect your wife or your husband, as the case may be, especially when you guys are in the public domain. Now, when respect is present, people feel a whole lot safer. It's safe to speak, safe to be vulnerable at that point. People like being with people that they can be vulnerable and nothing would happen. They feel secured. It's safe to be imperfect, you know. But when respect disappears, all these things that I've mentioned will all disappear. Safety disappears. And of course, what happens when safety disappears is that people begin to withdraw, people begin to talk less, they begin to talk lesser than what they would normally do. They share things, they share less than usual, and they feel alone even in the relationship. So I ask again, have you ever felt emotionally unsafe with someone that you felt you were supposed to be close to? Have you ever felt emotionally unsafe with someone that you felt you were supposed to be close to? Tell us in the comment section if you have ever felt that way. Tell us in the comment section so that we can understand it. Have you ever felt emotionally unsafe with someone that you were supposed to feel safe with, or someone that you feel that you were supposed to be close to? Okay, so respect is simple. Respect is very simple, um, but it is powerful at the same time. You know, respect means listening fully without interrupting. That's one aspect of respect. When you listen to someone fully without interrupting the person. Respect is speaking carefully, especially when you are angry. When you speak carefully, especially when you are angry, that is that is another, you know, sort of that is another type of respect that you can give to someone, because there are times where you'll be bound to be upset or angry, and what you need to do is to control your emotions at that point. Control your emotions, and then don't allow it get the better of you. Respect is correcting privately and not publicly. That is one thing that a lot of people do, which is not so nice. You tend to want to correct. You know that someone made a mistake, your partner made a mistake or something, and instead of you to correct your partner privately, you go and you start correcting your partner publicly, thereby causing some sort of embarrassment for your partner. So that is not good enough. We should learn to correct privately. Respect means protecting someone's dignity even when you are upset. Try to protect someone's dignity even when you are upset. A man notices his partner made a mistake in public. This is another example. A man notices that his partner made a mistake in public. Now, he could correct her. Of course, he could correct her immediately while everybody is there. But instead, he waits. He waits later in private when they were home and nobody was right there at the moment. He then comes to her and then begins to speak gently. Begins to speak gently. He explains, he listens, he protects her dignity, and he tells her quietly and gently that what you did, you know, over there was not a good one, and you know, it was resolved amicably. Now that is respect. It's not perfection, but that is fully respect. Now, which one? I ask my audience now, which one do you think damages relationships more? Is it lack of love or lack of respect? Type your answer in the comment section. Do you think lack of love damages relationship more than lack of respect? Let's see your answers in the comment section. Which one do you think does the most damage in any relationship? What do you think causes more damage in a relationship? Is it lack of respect or lack of love? Do you think love is a better ingredient in a relationship than respect? Can love can there be love in a relationship without respect? And also, can there be respect in a relationship without love? Tell us what your opinion is. The Creative Family Hub says lack of respect leads to lack of love. So I think lack of respect damages the relationship fundamentally, as love can't grow in that environment. Perfect. This is a perfect response, and which is really very true. The lack of respect actually leads to lack of love. Yes, and the respect damages the relationships fundamentally because love cannot grow in an environment that there is no respect. This is spot on. It is spot on. I must tell you that relationships do not collapse suddenly, they crack gradually. Small moments, ignored feelings, repeated, disrespect over time, and those cracks continue to widen. they continue to widen here and there until one day the relationship cannot hold itself anymore. And of course, when that happens, you know, I'll say something. You can survive. You can survive disagreements. You can survive financial struggles, or as some people will call it, you can survive money problems. But you can also survive hard seasons, seasons that are difficult in your relationship. But one thing that you may not survive, a relationship may not survive, is consistent disrespect. It slowly destroys connection. When there's a consistent disrespect, it slowly destroys connection. I'll tell you one more story. Two people living in the same house, they used to talk so well every time, but they stopped talking deeply. Conversations became, very short. They became kind of cold and, functional. But these people, they are still together, still very much together, but emotionally, they are distant. Now, this is not because love disappeared. This is simply because respect for themselves, respect for what they used to share faded away. And once respect fades, connection begins to weaken. So you find out that when there's no respect, the connection between two people in a relationship begins to weaken. Ask yourself, where in your relationship have have you allowed disrespect? Is there anywhere in any of your relationship that you have allowed disrespect to happen? Ask yourself that. Put yourself, you don't need to type this in the comment section, but it's just like a reflection. Have you Say to yourself, have I allowed disrespect in any aspect of my relationship? Take 30 seconds to do that. And remember, this is not just about romantic relationships. Respect matters in friendships, it matters in workplaces, leadership. Respect matters in leadership between a boss and an employee, and also matters in business. A leader who disrespects people loses trust, you know, and respect is universal. It's a universal thing. It is the foundation of every healthy interaction. So, respect is the foundation of every healthy interaction. Ask these questions one by one. Have you ever walked away from someone because of disrespect? Do you think people realize when they are being disrespectful? Have you seen someone who is disrespectful and you know that he or she knows that they are being disrespectful? Can respect be rebuilt once it is broken? Can respect be rebuilt once it is broken? What does respect look like to you personally? Someone says respect is also mutual and it is a core value in every organization. Yeah, that is on point. Even in business and leadership situations, respect is mutual, and it is a core value in every organization. So the fact that you are a boss does not mean that you should disrespect your workers. You cannot come and be calling your workers stupid or foolish or an idiot simply maybe because you feel that your worker did not do something according to how you would like, how you like it to be done. So you shouldn't be doing that. You should not be doing that for any reason. Now, if you want something to last, this is my piece of advice. If you want something to last, you need to guard respect fiercely. And and when I mean guard it fiercely, I don't mean guard it sometimes and let it go sometimes. No, it has to be done all the time. You need to guard respect always, because once respect disappears, rebuilding that respect is so difficult. You know, it's not impossible. I didn't say it's impossible to rebuild it, but it is quite difficult. Love may bring people together, but respect is what keeps them together. So love can bring you and someone together, but what will keep both of you together is respect. Respect is like oxygen. You rarely notice it when it's present. The air you are breathing, oxygen, it's there, it's free of charge. So you don't really take note of it while it's present. But once it's gone, you immediately feel it when it's gone. If they take away the oxygen you are breathing right now, immediately you feel that that oxygen is gone. So if you want something to last, protect how you speak, protect how you also respond to what people say, especially when you are upset. Because, like I said, love may start a relationship, but respect keeps it standing. And I need you to sit with this thought today. Now, thank you so much for sitting with these thoughts. If it spoke to you today, return to it another day. We'll be having some more live reflection sessions so that we can talk more about respect, talk more about other life things in life, other things that really matter in life. This is a quiet space. It's not one for so much noise or rushing here and there. No, it's a very quiet space, and we must use this space to get some wisdom, about how life really operates. Thank you so much for joining this live. If you really enjoyed this live, please give me some love before we leave, before we call it a day. Put some love in the comment section. Tap the love icon. Tap the love icon. And be sure to be ready to get another live section will come up soon, and we will be discussing more interesting topics that really deep topics that can really help us generally in our lives. I thank you so much for joining us. I thank all those who contributed. Next time we're going to share the live screen. We're going to share it and invite so many others to join us in this our live session. Thank you so much, the Creative Family Hub, for your lots of love. Thank you so much for that. And I wish you all a wonderful week ahead. Have a blessed day. And remember, love, have this in mind while you go. Remember that can build, love can start a relationship. But what builds and sustains the relationship is respect. As you go out today, continue to be respectful in everything you do. Continue to be respectful in how you speak and how you attend to everything that you are doing. Thank you once again. My name is Byron. My friends call me Lord Byron. Stay blessed. Bye bye.